July 13th, and welcome to episode 13 of Knits and Stuff. My name is Alicia, and today we'll be talking about events and alongs, finished objects, works in progress, local delights, and wibbly wobbly timey wimey. But first, welcome to those of you that are new, and for those of you that are returning watchers, thanks for coming back. If you haven't already, there is a group on Ravelry that you can join. It's called Knits and Stuff Podcast, and I will put a link in the show notes, which are at knitsandstuff.wordpress.com. So let's get started. Events and alongs. So right now what's going on is Stash Dash from the Knit Girls podcast, videocast. Which started on May 23rd, and it's going until August 7th, and the goal is to knit through 5k worth of yarn or use in some way or spin up over 5,000 yards of yarn. So I am making slow progress on that. And then also what's going on is Tour de Fleece that started on July 5th, and that goes until the 27th, and that's just to set the spinning goal for yourself during the Tour de France and try and spin up something. So my goal is to try and spin the Cordell fleece that I bought last year at the Monterey Wool Auction, and so far I have 6 ounces spun up. It took a really long time, so I don't know if I can spin up enough for a sweater in the time for a Tour de Fleece, but we'll see what happens. And then I'm also working on, or spinning other more colorful roving on my drop spindles, so more on that later. But so that's the events that are going on right now. So now I can go over some of my finished objects, or one finished object. I spun up a Spin City UK bat in the colorway Sushi, and I did this before Tour de Fleece started. So this is, I did it on my spinning wheel, and it's a single ply yarn that I attempted to full the other day. And fulling is essentially felting your yarn. It's like medium felting, or very light felting, I guess. So if you know Malabrigo yarn, their yarn is slightly fulled, and it basically lets the fibers stick together, or in the single. And I think it also takes out some of that extra twist that you have, so that when you knit up your singles, they don't tend to slant in one direction. So that is my finished yarn. I don't know what I'm going to make with it yet, but it's pretty soft. It has a whole bunch of different fibers in it, and I think silk is one of them. So that's all that I've finished, which brings us to works in progress. So I've been working on a couple of things. I still am, well, basically still the same stuff that you've seen before. I'm working on the Vanilla Sock by Jasmine Canty, and this is in Intrepid Otter stripes in the colorway Garden Walk, and I'm knitting these on US 1s, 2.25 millimeters, and this is the second one. I've already finished the first sock, so I am working my way through this one, and I'm just about to start the heel flap, so gotta work on that before bringing it with me to work so I can do the heel flap on it. But that is one sock, and then I'm also still working on the Nice Ribbed Sock by Glenna C. And I actually have, I guess it's a half-done object. So I finished one of the socks from the Nice Rib Sock. This is in Noro Tayo sock, and I'm also knitting these on US 1, 2.25 millimeters. And oh, and the colorway for this is 45S. Very creative colorway name. So I finished one sock, and I did the Fish Lips Kiss Heel on this one, and then I started, as long as the needles don't fall off, the next one. I'm still in the top ribbing for that. So that is the beginning of the sock. So yeah, and these are in my Silver Shed project bag, and the other sock is in my Needle Runs Through It project bag. So those are the two socks that I'm working on, and then I am also slowly making progress on the Twigs and Willows cardigan by Lana Dakos from Botanical Knits, and I'm still on the ribbing for the sleeve. So I have the two fronts done and the back done, and so I'm working on the first sleeve, and then I have to finish this one and then get to the second sleeve, and then I'll be almost done. So that's this one. And oh, and this is in Madelinetosh DK in the colorway Night Bloom, and I'm knitting this on US 7s 4.5 millimeters. So that is all my knitting works in progress. And so I have some spinning works in progress. So first spinning that I'm working on is the Kaleidoscope Microbats from the Unwind Yarn Company on the drop spindle. I have wound up, let's see, there were 4 little mini bats, and two of them were in one color and the other 2 were in another color. So I finished the first 2 in one color, and then I finished the first one in the second color, and this is the second one in the second color. So I am almost done with this, and then when I'm done I'm going to apply the 2 colors together, I think, hopefully, we'll see. And yeah, so that's this, and it's set 3, so there's not really a colorway name since there are multiple colors, but yeah, that's the Microbats on my drop spindle. And then for Tour de Fleece, I finished applying one bobbin, which is about 6 ounces right now, I think, of the Cordell fleece. And so I have the pin draft roving. Excuse the plastic sounds. So I have, I got my fleece processed from Morrow Fleece Works, and it came back in pin drafted roving, and so I split, I'm splitting the roving up into 2 ounce sections, and then spinning those up onto 3 bobbins on my wheel, and then applying those 3 bobbins together to get a 3-ply of the Cordell. But I think this took me a really long time to apply, or what I feel was a really long time. But let's see if I can get that focused. It's black, so it's not really too exciting for the color, but I don't know how much this is gonna poof up in after I wash it, but that's what it looks like. I'm having a hard time. That's the end, so it's a little wonky, but yeah, so this is about 6 ounces, and I think for the next ones I'm gonna just split the roving up into 1 ounce sections, and then that way when I spin it up, or when I apply it, I'll have a 3 ounce skein instead of 6 ounces. Because it took a long time to spin each single and then apply it all together, so I think it'll go a little bit faster if I do 1 ounce sections. So yeah, that is spinning works in progress. I guess it's kind of finished, but kind of not. I finished this one today, so it'll rest for a little bit, and then I'll skein it up and soak it and such. So yeah, and then hopefully someday there will be a sweater out of it. So that is all my works in progress. Which brings us to local delights, because I didn't have any new stash acquisitions in the past 2 weeks, so no pretty things this time. But local delights, there is a new, I guess it's a beer garden, and it opened up about walking distance from where our house is, and they have one food vendor currently called Brazil Cafe, and then they also have a bunch of different beers. I am not that big into beer, really, not really, but it's this whole outdoor seating area, and you can order beer and food and then just hang out outside. They have a fire pit, kind of like a small fire. They have heaters so when it gets cold, and it's kind of just an outdoor area where you can go, and it's this nice little community. And the Brazil Cafe has really good tri-tip sandwiches, so it's delicious. They actually started as a shack, well, I guess not really in quotes because it was a shack, on University in Berkeley, and they started as a shack, then they opened up a small restaurant, and kept the shack too. And then they added a food truck, and now they have a small like portable restaurant in this beer garden. And I think they're supposed to add another food vendor in the beer garden. I don't know where. It doesn't seem like there's going to be much room, but it, so far, I mean, with Brazil Cafe by itself, I think it's still pretty good. Although when we went there the first time, it took like an hour to get our food, so it was really packed, and it was still their soft opening, so I don't think they were, you know, completely prepared for the crowd they were getting and how they were going to work everything out. So hopefully it's a little bit better now. I don't think, we haven't been back since then, so I don't know how long the food takes now. But it's nice if you're not in a rush. I think it might still take a while, because the restaurant and the shack used to take a while too, because they cook everything, and it's tri-tip. So yeah, so Westbury Beer Garden, if you are in the Northwest Berkeley area, they're open for dinner from 5 to 9 or 10 every day, and they had the World Cup going while they were having the evening games, so they had that playing. Actually, I think they were open for the World Cup games during the day too, but normally they're open just for dinner. And so if you're in the area, you can check it out. They have really good tri-tip food. They also have vegetarian stuff if you're not into tri-tip. And they have they added, now that they're completely open, it's not their soft opening anymore, they added some other food, which I haven't tried yet. I've only had the sandwiches and the rice plate. So, and if you like beer, you should go check it out too. But yeah, that is Local Delights. And now it's time for Wibbly Wobbly Timey Wimey. There's not too much to talk about except that they released the new trailer for the new season of Doctor Who, the full-length trailer, not just like the 2-minute teaser, or like the 30-second teaser. So it's a full trailer for the new season. I will put a link in the show notes, and you should go watch it and tell me what you think, because I don't know. I watched it, and I guess I'm hesitant because, you know, it's the new Doctor. We haven't seen Peter Capaldi yet really as the Doctor, so it's going to be interesting and to see how him and Clara get along. And I don't know, the trailer is, well, I'll put a link in, you can go see for yourself. So, but it's exciting though, and it's coming up August 23rd. And yeah, I guess that's all for Doctor Who. I wish that they had a panel at Comic-Con, but they don't, so I can't find out more things about the new season. But I think they'll still have a booth at least, and there's still plenty of other stuff to do at Comic-Con, which I am preparing for, because it's in 2 weeks, which means I won't be recording in 2 weeks, and I'm not sure when I'm going to record. I might record next week and put it out later, or I might record the week after Comic-Con. So in 3 weeks. So we will see about that. But yeah, I think that's it for today. It's a short show. Yeah, that's all I have. Okay, so I will see you when I see you in either 3 weeks or something. And I will probably have, if I don't record before Comic-Con, I'll probably have a lot to talk about Comic-Con. Because, oh, and Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, big giant convention in San Diego about comics and TV shows and movies and just gaming and everything. So I'm excited. It's in 2 weeks and I'm not ready yet. So I'm supposed to be making some costumes, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I can do it. But anyway, that's it for today. I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.